Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Jahy-sama wa Kujikenai. And last episode we got that Salva action. She hasn't had a lot of screen time lately, but as it turns out, she technically was in the episode before that, but just not on camera. So it still technically doesn't qualify as screen time, but she was, she was around. So yeah, let's get into this episode and see exactly what's up. 3, 2, 1, play. And hey, it's Kokoro. And I'm great. I'm glad she's. I'm glad she's coming back into things. Oh no! I don't like to. No, don't even joke about that. That's not funny. Show somebody's gonna clearly save her, right? I mean, probably. I was about to say it. Probably a magical girl. I mean, if there's ever a chance for the hero to show up. Hope you learned a valuable lesson this day. Really, she just wanted the truck to hit her. We know the true motivation here. This complicates things. Jahy's precious friend is now looking up to Jahy's mortal enemy. Yeah, that might be an issue. We'll see. But regardless, Jahy will not be defeated. If there's one constant in the show, it is that. The show really is quite cool. First, it shows Kokoro. Gets me all happy that she's here. Then, like 5 seconds later, if that, Truck-kun shows up. It's not funny. It's not a funny show. Still really enjoy the opening. Still really enjoyed the show. Then we get those little punches. Restoration plan. The magical girl will not lose. Okay. That almost makes it sound like this is going to be a focus episode on our magical girl, but well, then let's go. The little sound she made. This is where it starts. I'm sure just an enthusiastic cosplayer. That is not what she wants to hear. She steals everything from me. Who does she think she is? She must be defeated. She stands on the swing to seem taller. She's not wrong. It's not just about size, okay? It's not just about strength either. Okay, there's no need to lie. Okay, are we actually going to go there? Are we actually going to show her the form? Because I was hoping for that. Yeah, you can't disappoint her. Please do it. Don't make her beg. She's really milking this. And she's gonna not be able to do it. That's kind of what it's building up to. I'm pretty sure. But, maybe not. We'll see. It is very much like a magical girl transformation sequence. Okay, it did work. Okay. I was prepared for the worst, but here it is. I think she approves. So what's next? That's what I want to know. Because you look a little bit awkward playing the part together now. Now I'm just waiting for the police to show up. She hasn't commented on the outfit specifically yet. That nerd. Ouch. We're gonna have a test of strength. Yeah, let's see how strong you are. Because so far you're not impressing too much. I mean, I guess she's got it up. Barely. Are you impressed? Then we point to a bigger rock. Oh my god, she's so adorable. Can you magic? I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, I don't think it can stop a truck, but let's see if we can make it bigger. Technically. It really did not look that powerful, but it's more than I can do, so. She kind of went from, looking all arrogant and confident to just kind of being like a show pony, just showing off tricks for an audience. I feel like we kind of shifted a little bit throughout that. But she liked it. That's the important thing. I'm waiting for something to happen, though. Like, something to interrupt this. But if that doesn't happen, that's more than fine as well. But it just kind of felt like it was building up to that. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I'm glad they were just able to hang out. That looks kind of familiar. And of course, the camera sound effects. I actually had a similar thought, like that could be a funny potential, misunderstanding. But we got to see what it was. So okay, now the shoe drops. There were some consequences to that. They were just delayed. Kyokun Denwa. Yeah, this is a meme. You can answer that phone all by yourself. It's so impressive. I kind of would like to see that in a flashback. You don't have to add that part. It does suck when you fall from grace, I imagine, but sometimes you just gotta make the best of it. Yuteniki did tricks for a small human a little bit ago. Interesting wave he's got going on there. Wonder if he wants her to live long and prosper. It just would be so nice to have a boss that just praises you all the time. In that pleasant voice. I read it as bears at first. Give me 3 bears, please. I'm trying to run a circus. But yeah, she does pretty well, all jokes aside. She's become a very, very, very competent employee. She should be proud of that. Muscle memory and all that. Great symbolism for their dynamic. You were. Now you're a lovely waitress. Aggressively takes out the trash. I mean, I don't think you'll truly lose who you are just by, being kicked out of where you were into a new place, a new environment. At the end of the day, being, Demon World number 2 is just a job. Not really who you are in a deeper sense, but... Give her a head pat tencho, or a hug, just or both. Maybe a lap pillow. Something to cheer her up. Oh? That is very possible. She probably does like a bit of self-awareness. She has such a soothing voice. Definitely. Yeah, she really does have a lovely smile. Nope. We were so close. What? What is this place? Why are you gonna destroy it? Okay. Not as bad as what I was thinking she was gonna say, but yeah, we know the truth. She just is not quite ready to accept it. Hey, human form Maho Shoujo. Are you gonna save him or... She can stop a truck, but bike's a bit much, at least, in her normal form. Obviously, she could handle that better in her transformed state, but... Oh no! At least we get to see her. We get a glimpse in her daily life. Because we have the stalker Jahy perspective. Just the most unlucky person. I mean, it's, the effects of the crystal most likely, but still. How can you live like this? I think she's okay with it, though, because of her unique personality. I'm just surprised she's not dead. That's really that's really where my surprise comes from. All it takes is one really bad accident, when you're in your human form. Sneaky, sneaky. It's not a bad plan. I don't think it's gonna work, but it's not a bad plan. Bum, 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 bum. So, this is gonna be fun to watch. And no umbrella? Oh no, she's got one. It's gonna be struck by lightning. I guess that works too. Better than nothing. And she's got her workplace umbrella, I guess. Well, to be fair, the umbrella wouldn't have held against that even if it wasn't messed up. Drowning is a nice choice of words given the wetness. It's called no selling it. I think that's what they call it. I think it's what's called a school. I have to read more up on that, though. She used it, it just didn't go well. So, does she have, like, friends, or... Really? Really? She's dead. Gotta put a flower on her desk, and... I mean, these people are being fairly nice to her, trying to help her out here. Yeah, because Jahy, you know, she has her own level of misfortune, right? So she kind of gets to see somebody else that's tries not to be defeated, as the title said, right? So it's that nice shift of perspective for her, for us. I think she spotted you. You still could have done it. She probably wouldn't have had the reflexes to dodge that. Yeah, still does not know that she's a second in command of Demon World. Because she stalked you. I don't think she had a plan B. But can you take it properly? I thought you were going to use it as your weapon. I don't think that's what she was saying. That is kind of the opposite of what she came for. You did do that. You don't have to, though. Let's hurry up and get this crystal and get out of here. You know what would be funny? If she got a part-time job at Jahy's workplace. Like, does remind me of darkness. I think that's like the lion's share of the reason. But you're allowed to have more than one reason to do something. Now, often is great if that can be the case. But not today. Gonna get that thing again. Or not. But I kind of wanted to get the crystal before you left. Yeah, I think I like Jahy's transformation sequence better. As she just winks at us. Well, doesn't she look proud of herself? I'm sure we will. Because you still have what belongs to me. So I guess we can call this a failure. My big sister goes to this school. I came to visit her. But I already did, so I'm going to leave now. Be careful, you might get kidnapped. He's been surrounded. How do you not know what that is? There's still a lot of other students at this school. You're probably not safe yet. Well, you made it out. That's why she became a magical girl, but did she explain how she became one? She was a magical girl before the crystals got scattered. Because she attacked and broke it as a magical girl. So, I don't know. That was actually oddly elongated. But yeah, she was talking there about wanting to get the crystals so nobody will fall into misfortune because of them, right? She said that, right? But, like, she's the reason that the crystals are around anyway, so isn't she kind of, like, trying to fix a problem she caused, unless I'm misunderstanding something? Which is usually the case, but... Yeah, the swings. We got to see the swings in the episode. We didn't really get much of Landlady at all this episode. Quite sad. So, do we have a stinger? Okay, I think so. It's kind of funny. A certain level of Jahy's sadness is funny, but then it goes a couple steps further and then gets sad, like, you know, when she sat next to the garbage, for instance. Like, it's weird how there's that kind of, like, line where it goes from amusing to sad. At least for me, I know. I know everyone's probably different in that regard. Does that kid have a crystal in its hand? Because that would explain the misfortune. How do you even get it? Yeah, that's what it is. You really should not give a baby something like that, regardless of magical properties. Is that a swarm of bees? Well, that definitely was a swarm of bees. Good thing we prevented the baby from being attacked by that. That would have been horrible. That wouldn't have been funny at all. She stepped in poop. Hey, they got their arms linked. They must be quite close. We have a spin-off of those two. Is there like a normal magical girl in this show? Because both our magical girl cosplayer and our real magical girl are both kind of off the rocker. The landlord can't come home. That almost sounds kind of ironic. But, okay, I mean, I was actually talking about in the ED how there wasn't any landlady in this episode, but next episode, something to look forward to. But yeah, that was the 10th episode of Jahy-sama wa Kujikenai. And another great episode, as expected, this wonderful show. And we got more Kokoro, which I was really hoping for. And she got to meet up with our magical girl, which definitely complicated things, as I said it would. And Jahy kind of like got... is jealous the right word? Like, it sparked in her a desire to not lose, the title. So she's like, hey, I can be big and powerful and cool too. In fact, I can transform into a much better form. That's much better than that stupid magical girl's form. It's like, what, really? I want to see. And I mean, Jahy basically made her beg for it. And she was more than happy to do that because she's such a good girl. So after all the begging, she finally transformed. And I kept like assuming the worst throughout essentially this entire segment. Honestly, I was thinking maybe she wouldn't even work. Like maybe she already exhausted her power somehow, which is a possibility in the universe as we saw later. But here it actually worked, and she actually got to see her big form. And she seemed to like it quite a lot. But at this point, it was basically just showing off what she can do. Like lifting up the rock after like really exerting herself. And also making a little magical ball. Like it's funny because she's doing these things that is impressive. Sort of, technically. But like she has to strain herself so much to do like a small amount. Like if you picked up like a huge boulder and it was like nothing, that'd be pretty cool. But when it's like doesn't even look that big and you can barely do it, it's just not that impressive. But like a better example of what I'm talking about is she made like a magical ball, which is something that I could never do, so it's impressive in a way, but like somehow it doesn't come across as impressive because it's not all that much. And this is after we saw a scene of our magical girl stopping a truck like it's no big deal. So like even if she's doing like these technically fantastical things that don't really come across as that impressive to me at least, but to Kokoro, she's Kokoro, she was pretty impressed by all of it. Even if she wasn't impressed, she would probably still pretend she was impressed because that's just who she is. But yeah, that was a fun segment. And I really was expecting something to interrupt them, whether it be the police being like, hey, you person we've apprehended before, suspicious person. I see you're with some child in the park. That's kind of suspicious. Let's take you down to the station and question you about what exactly you're doing here. Like, I was kind of expecting maybe something like that. But no, we didn't get that. We didn't get the magical girl showing up. It was just, they just got to hang out without any interruptions, which surprised me, but that is pretty cool in its own way. And just seeing Kokoro get so excited was pretty fun as well. But that was a fun segment. I quite liked it. And then we had the job stuff. Now, one of the biggest parts of the job scene was to get across the idea that Jahy likes the job. She likes working here, but like she's never really noticed it because this is kind of what being tunnel vision gets you. You're so focused on your far off dream, aspiration, or whatever, you fail to kind of like appreciate what you have in the now. Like she has a great workplace. Like people appreciate her. Her boss is like appreciates her, keeps lavishing her with all this praise. She does well. She's smiling. She clearly has a great time doing this, but because she's not looking at that, she's looking at the future. She kind of like doesn't get to enjoy it. Even though she enjoys it, she doesn't realize she enjoys it. Like it's a bit of an awkward position to be in. And Tencho, being the wise, amazing boss that she is, she tries to explain this to Jahy, but she doesn't. She doesn't get it. She's stubborn. Like we knew that. Like they got me though. They made me think she actually got it, but no, they kind of pulled the rug out from under us, and she still did not seem to quite get it. But I did like the visual of Tencho with Jahy puppet, but. And then we had the magical girl stuff, right? Like, we kind of already knew this is more or less how her life is because she has the crystal. And we already made it very clear that the effect that the crystal has on people. But because she's a freaking weirdo, she brings it on. Like, later in the episode, she talks about how her noble goals of trying to protect people from the misfortune, but we know that's not the whole story. We know, very much like Dark Dish from Konosuba, if you haven't seen that show, where she's a knight, right? That tries to protect people, be their shield, but really she just likes the abuse that the job comes across as, or comes with rather. But it was definitely funny seeing her just encounter so much misfortune. Like it's such a classic cliche gag to run into a pole or whatever, but still, I got a kick out of a lot of those little things. But of course, the sign that literally says misfortune on it falling on her was, I mean, you could say it was on the nose or whatever, but I still got a kick out of that. And then Jahy went for the attack, but she was awake, and I guess she just couldn't bring herself to attack somebody looking at her, I guess. I mean, more than anything, I guess it was just the intimidation, right? Because attack an enemy that's not aware that you're there, and attack an enemy that's not aware, like those are two different things, I guess. And if you're mentally prepared for one and not the other, I guess I could certainly give you a pause. But yeah, it was a good chance for them to have a nice little chat, get her motivations, or some of them at least. But Also, she got ambushed by some of the other students, which was great. They were just kind of like poking her, saying she has a weird t-shirt. Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of amazing. I'm glad we had a little scene added. Then we just kind of ended off, right? I mean, we had a stinger, I think. Oh yeah, the baby one. So it's just a continuation of the misfortune that she goes through. But still, she is a hero, I guess. She protected that poor baby from falling, going down that hill, as well as being attacked by those bees. So she's definitely doing good stuff. I mean, so you can't not call her a hero, I guess. It's rather complicated, since she's not even the protagonist of the show. Like, I love that look of just disgust. I don't know if disgust is the right word. The look the mother gave her after the bee attack. Like, it was a great look. But also, just why does the baby have the crystal? I'm trying to think in my head of a scenario where a baby just gets a hold of a sharp-looking stone, because that's just a terrible idea, magic or no magic. Because put in the mouth, babies love to put things in their mouths. Like, you wouldn't give a baby that. You would not let a baby have that if you were a responsible parent. So I'm just kind of curious how the baby got that to begin with, and if maybe we should call what's it called, Child Protective Services on the mother if she just lets the baby have that. But anyway, luckily the hero was there. But anyway, yeah, good episode. I have very much enjoyed it, and I look forward to watching more of the show. So if you enjoy my reaction, I do hope you click the like button, subscribe, support me on Patreon so I can keep doing this kind of thing and not quit. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.